I look like an egg. It's so gloomy and rainy and foggy today, like I literally could not see anything. Um, Welcome back to the writer's diary, and your girl is tired, and she ran out of milk this morning. So that's what the tea is happening right now. But welcome back to the writer's diary, starring me, J.E. Mahakuya, literally your host. I'm back again on my bullshit. Today I finished yesteryear. We finished yesteryear. Thank you. Yesteryear by Caro Burke. And I've been hearing the girls kind of have their takes about the book, and there are a lot of thoughts about the book. And I will be weighing on those thoughts about yesteryear as a book as a whole and how well it does. But yeah, let's get into it. So, Yesteryear by Carol Claire Burke is about this trad-white influencer called Natalie, and she has this kind of perfectly curated world or Instagram where everything is traditional. She has a farm, and it makes it seem like she does all these things by herself. And she does not. She has a social media producer. She has two nannies to take care of her, like what, seven kids, and her husband works in the farm, but that farm has like what, three other people working on it. So it's very like fake and be like, oh my god, like social media is hyperficial and fake. Okay. And this is the gag. She wakes up in 1855 in Idaho, from what I remember. And she's like, oh my god, like, what's going on? Like, is this a test from God? Like, is this like me like dying? Like, is this a prank? Is this a joke? So the whole tea and the whole gag is figuring out like what the hell happened? Like, why did I literally wake up here? Like, no phone, no hot chips, no Taco Bell, no nothing. So that's that world and the book and the character is all about trying to find it and like, you know, what's going on. And that's the premise, and I'm gonna try not to spoil the whole book if you're very interested. I think it is, for my personal opinion, I think it's an okay book. I think it's an okay book. Natalie is a character that is so flat. She's unlikable. Okay. All right. What else what kind of aspirations does she have? Like, she is so boring. Like, she is very unlikable, and yes, that is for a good reason. Like, she's a terrible woman. Like, it, what what kind of surface level commentary are we talking about when it comes to trad wife influencers being bad and how they're terrible, awful women who don't really get, like, I don't know what it's something about it. Like, there's no, it's, for me, from what I got, it was very flat-sided. Natalie is a very one-sided character. I feel like the husband is a bit more kind of nuanced and really reflects like the identity of men as a whole in the modern era. Like, men used to like go fight and like literally hunt and fish. And now within this era when everyone can do that, what happens to men and masculinities and identities? And I think that's very interesting. He is a very, I guess, interesting-ish character, and some of the other characters as well. I think Natalie has like an arch nemesis or something. That arch nemesis is also very interesting and a interesting kind of character, and it is from the perspective of Natalie, a first person unreliable narrator. And okay, the characters aside, they're okay, but plot wise, f- um, she's okay as well. What do you have in the character, or like how the chapters are set up? Because you go from, you have two kind of separate kind of timelines kind of going on, unfolding in front of you. You have Natalie in 1855 kind of figuring out what the hell to do, like, where do I go type beat as well. and you have her like before she got transported to 8055. So you have these two kind of timelines kind of going and twisting along each other, and as the reader you're also figuring out like what the hell happened before the day she woke up in 1855, right? So the problem is that Natalie in 1855 cycles through the same day. She goes through the same motions and the same vibe of trying to escape and like trying to figure out, and it's the same thing over and over again. And it's like, I know that it's supposed to show the mundanity and oppressiveness of domestic sphere in within that past era, and argue it still is today, but it doesn't make it for a compelling read. It doesn't make it compelling or interesting to read about it. And yes, it is the chapters that are in the 1855 Idaho. It was short, yes, but it was boring and it wasn't really giving me anything. I'm sorry. I mean, I argue that I found the present before she went to 1855 somehow, or went somehow found herself back there, more interesting than the past timeline. At least that's my opinion. Like was it was the same thing. Like, I'm sorry. And the fact that the Natalie herself isn't a very interesting character. Not really. Yeah, she's unreliable and going through the motions, but like, I'm not really gagged. I'm sorry. And the only reason why I read this book was because I heard that Anne Hathaway bought the rights for this book straight away after 3 days. Allegedly. That's what the streets are talking about. Um, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's the vibe. And I was like, okay. But however, the plot twist, the plot twist gagged me. I won't say anything about the plot twist or like what the hell happened. The plot twist gagged me, and then the ending was like, that's it. That's it. I mean, I think from this kind of novel, um you'd expect there to be a lot more conflict. There was a lot more conflict, but it kind of, especially with Natalie and her husband towards the end, it kind of just fizzles out. And I feel like I would expect a lot more. And there are like other kind of story structures in the world that doesn't have a lot of conflict, and they kind of just like shrug their arms. But I don't think it really works within this novel. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt dissatisfied, and I was like, oh, that's it. The plot was a T. The ending was okay. Everything else was So I don't know. It just felt a bit. It was a bit like nothing burger. There has been so much commentary on the superficiality of social media and influencers. You had you in two. Season two, you have um I Love LA, I guess, and you also have a bunch of like different stuff that's already been talked about. We all know social media is superficial. Like, what new perspective are you gonna bring to the table, Mama? And it was nothing. It was nothing. Like, I was not gagged. I wasn't really gagged. But that's my thoughts are with yesterday. I would recommend it. I think to see how it ages as we move through the world in the future, and see how like influencer kind of tradwife kind of ideals shape and shift throughout the next few decades. I think it'll be interesting. But I would recommend it just to see the ideals and see what the gag is. I found it to be okay. So the plot was, let's see. So that's all I'll say. But that's, I guess, my reading list. I am trying to get back into my rom-com tea, read more rom-coms, but we'll let you know how that goes. But thank you so much for listening to today's podcast episode. All my links and all my stuff will be down in this description, and I will definitely see you in the next one.